Today we got the homie, Jered Sanders. He's going to talk about how he got signed to God Over Money, the difference between being on a label and doing it all yourself, and so much more. Stay tuned. Hey, yo, what's going on? Thank you so much for tuning into this video. My name is Ruslan with KingsDreamENT.com. This channel exists to encourage, empower, inspire you to live out God's dream. And I got to send a big shout out to all our Patreon supporters. If you didn't know, usually your Patreon supporters get these interviews early. They get them in the full version. And there's all kinds of other perks like getting cut the line on Fan Love Friday to get your music reviewed, being in a weekly Zoom call with me, Q&A, all kinds of other stuff. So if you're not on Patreon, consider subscribing, patreon.com/KingsDream. But without any further ado, ladies and gentlemen, one of the dopest new spitters in Christian hip hop. You know, I can't even call you new because I've known you for a minute.
Yeah.
Jered Sanders, how you doing, man?
Man, I'm cool, man. No complaints. No complaints. Just trying to make it happen every day at a time.
I love it, man. We met in
Charlotte.
Yeah. 2016. I was doing a little run around my Americana album. We were doing a series of open mics.
Yep.
And I think the homie Emmanuel at that church in Charlotte was like, yo, you should have Jered Sanders, open up. And I was like, who's this dude? I was like, whatever, man. Like, I have to take your word for it. And then I remember you showing up. And like, there's only probably about 50 people there, 60 people. It wasn't a big show.
Like
but you was like really spitting. You know what I'm saying? And you were a youth pastor at the time.
Yeah, definitely.
And then I remember, you know, you were like, yo, I'm a youth pastor. I was like, man, how's that gonna work? You're saying youth pastor. And then like fast forward, like not even a year later, boom, you signed to God Over Money. Right. You dropping these videos all the time.
Facts.
It's bubbling.
Facts.
How has that been?
Man, it's been dope. No complaints. I literally was kind of in this mindset where when I was a youth pastor, there was always this feeling like I couldn't be a rapper and a youth pastor because it was kind of like it became gimmicky.
Right.
I was like, oh, you're the rapping pastor.
Right.
And, you know, so ultimately what happened is, you know, I just decided to be a rapper, man. Like, and, you know, my daughter was born probably a little bit before we met. Okay. Like my daughter's like 3 now.
Right.
And I just decided to focus on being a dad. Like, and once I focused on being a dad, the church really didn't need me, you know, too tough to be the youth pastor because I was focusing on pastoring the youth of my house. Okay. So,
was that your job? Was that your vocation?
No. I was, you know, working at Clark Kent as well as working, you know, at the church and doing some things there. So it was kind of balancing both.
Okay, so you were volunteering?
Bivocational volunteer.
No, which is more common than not. I was definitely in a similar space where I was on staff about 30 to 40 hours at my church.
Right.
Up until 2015. My son was born at the end of 2014. Same exact thing. I was like, what am I doing? Like, is this what I want to go to pastor route? What am I trying to do?
Right.
And having my son was kind of like, all right, like time to put your big boy pants on and figure out what you want to do with your life.
Facts.
You know what I mean? How did you meet Bizzle and get connected with God Over Money?
Man, the connect was Dayton.
Okay, shout out to Dayton. We gotta get you on, my brother.
Yeah, Dayton was the plug. So ultimately we connected, not even on some music stuff. Like me and him by chance interacted because I was doing, you know, just got into rapping, you know, for any kind of Christian theme whatsoever. And one of his homies, he said was a backslider, heard a record that I did, and then he sent it to Dayton, and Dayton heard it. Dayton was like, yo, this is dope.
Yeah.
Like, and so ultimately I just reached out to Dayton and was like, yo, hey man, I just want some people, I'm new to this scene. Just want some people to connect with, link with. And he was like, yeah, we could do that. Like, and we just,
a good Dayton impersonation.
just texted back and forth. And it wasn't even on some music. Like I didn't even send him music. I didn't ask him for anything. He actually reached out to me first for a collaboration in music. And then he sent the note to Biz and you know, the rest is history.
And what year was that you officially signed with God Over Money?
It was 2 years ago, so 2017.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And then I feel like you signed, you were bubbling. I was like, man, this is crazy. It's the same dude. You know what I'm saying? We would always see each other when I'd kind of be through your area, and you'd always come out and show love, which is just, those of you guys that are artists, new artists, whatever, like, that's something that be intentional about. Like, if somebody's coming through your town, you should be at the show, you should be showing love. So I appreciate you doing that, because it's always nice to see, like, a warm face and just, you know what I'm saying, just chop it up. And, but I feel like you signed, and that was a big deal, but then, like, out of nowhere, you just came with this, like, onslaught of, like, fire visuals.
I appreciate that.
I want to know, where did that come from? And then more specifically and strategically, I want to know, because obviously God Over Money is amazing, and what Bizzle was doing amazing, but they don't got infinite resources. Right? How was you able to pull off these quality visuals consistently? How many did you do? Like, just talk about that.
Man, it was favor. It was favor. Actually, a dude who shot 4 videos for me did a bunch of one takes, because he's like the video director of his church, and this is a 6,000-7,000 member church, and he runs kind of the whole media division. And we knew each other before he was saved. Like, so years went by. We reconnected probably about 2 years ago, and he was like, "Yo, we got to get some stuff done." And right around the time that I needed some visuals, like, he was like, "Hey, let's do it." So we shot like 4 videos in like a day. Like, and
so you batch shot. When YouTube, we call that batch shooting.
Yeah, we did like 4 in a day. We were supposed to do 5, because one of the joints was called Cliff Notes, and we're talking about Chick-fil-A, and we tried to get Chick-fil-A to let us plug in there, and they were like, you can't do that. You're a rapper.
So, so you did 4 in a day. And then, but you staggered them out, obviously, right? So we put them out over what, like a 6-week window, 4-week window?
No. We were supposed to do, because I knew a tape was coming at the end of the week, so we did 4 straight days. Like, it literally was like day. It was supposed to be 5
days. That's right. Yeah.
Yeah, it was day 1, 2, 3, and 4, and it was supposed to be 5, but didn't work out that way, so we did just
that 4. Joint was all over my algorithm, bro. My YouTube, you just kept popping up. I was like, what is this man? How long is he gonna keep doing this? I thought you took the Gary V model of like drop a song a day, and drop a video. I was like, this man is a monster. If this is what you were doing.
That was the goal, for sure. Like, I wanted to literally drop something every week. Like, but then I felt like everybody was doing it at that time. So I was like, okay, let me find a way to package mass production in a shorter window of time to make it look like, we're getting a lot of work done instead of, 1 song a week. Because I feel like from a productivity standpoint, that's cool, but I wanted to be able to be like, no, let's do like 5 songs in a week. Like, so it makes it like, because I could take those same 5 songs and stagger them out once a week. But ultimately, it just was a different way to do it.
Yeah, it was different. And you cut through. And they look good, and you sounded great. And I feel like every time I hear you on something, you're bodying these verses. You know what I'm saying? So kudos to you for that. How has the transition been from being with a team before, you were indie and now you're with a team? How has that been?
I think the only real difference, in short, nothing's really changed except the fact that I kind of got to wait. For other people. Like, when I was doing it on my own,
you could just drop when you want.
Yeah, when I want it, how I want it. And just made it easy. So now it's kind of like I got albums on tuck, like waiting, but I've got to kind of wait for my turn.
Got it.
Like, the work ethic never stopped. In fact, I think it kind of skyrocketed. Like, I had, by the end of this year, I will have dropped, in the 4 years I've been in, what we call CHH, like 5 albums, 3 mixtapes, an EP, like 9 projects in like 3.5, 4 years, something like that. And there's still like more on tuck.
So really just having to adjust to like the rest of the squad.
Absolutely. Because you gotta wait. Like, when Boss Man, it's time for him to go. Like, I literally told him, like, whatever you do, don't drop after me. Don't stunt my momentum. Just drop before me.
Yeah. That's dope, man. What do you got in the pipeline now? You working on new music? Mixtapes, EPs? Okay.
Album's done.
So you waiting for that? We got. When is that coming?
I want to say September, but don't hold me to that.
Okay.
The GOM tour is coming August, September. So I was hoping to drop it before the tour, so I kind of ride that wave.
Merch at the shows.
Yeah, but didn't work out like that. The GOM compilation's probably coming next month if we do it right. If we time it right, that's coming too.
Dope. So a lot of new music, album, the tour. That tour is gonna be crazy. I'm already knowing. And is the entire roster on the tour?
Everybody except Bumps. I think Bumps will be on a couple dates.
Okay.
AI will probably be on a couple dates. Shouts to AI.
Shout out to AI. She's amazing.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, but 4 of us for sure. It'll be me, Biz, Dayton, and Selah for most of the tour, and we'll probably bring the other ones on some dates.
Dope, man. Any final thoughts? Anything you want people to know about?
Oh man, I was watching YouTube. I was like, oh, Ruslan here, and like, it's kind of one of those things. Like, it's been amazing to see, like, you transition into really this multimedia company almost. It's like you're going from, you were doing the music, handling the label, you had the merch, now you got the podcasting, you got, and I'm like, yo, this dude is killing it. Like, so in that, salute to that, man.
Appreciate you, man. Thank you. And that, I think, I just I'm trying to solve problems, you know what I'm saying? And I feel like in our space there's, especially since Wado has kind of fell back a little bit, he's transitioning, he's starting a new job in South Carolina as I think a youth pastor. Yeah. So since that kind of fell back, like, I feel like, like, we don't really have our spaces to just have conversations, or even just to be like, I got an album coming out, like, let me come on, talk about it. Like, we don't have that. And so this really came from a really belief telling me, like, bro, that's a wide open lane.
Check him out.
You know what I'm saying?
Like,
and so I'm like, well, he know a little something about YouTube.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? Like, let me hop in on this thing that I've been doing YouTube for a minute. I just couldn't find my pocket. Yeah. And to be honest with you, I didn't want to go all the way in on the Christian hip hop space. I was like, I don't want to be limited to that. You know what I'm saying? And then the moment I said, I'm going to go all in. Like, forget it. I'm going to go all in. Even though I might be pigeonholed, even though people are going to expect a certain type of niche content from me, then the numbers, like, exploded.
Absolutely.
The views exploded. And it allowed me to not just do Christian hip hop stuff.
Right. And funny thing, I met Belief 2 years ago, like at the Kingdom Choice Awards. And
he was at that job.
2 years ago. And he was telling us then, he was like, yo, I'm retiring from rap. He was like, I'm done. I got this podcast, I got this YouTube channel popping off. And he told me backstage, he was like, yo, I had to have a plan B. Like, because plan A was cool, but I wanted something more. And I remember him saying that and just seeing the organic growth in that. Like, I was like, man, that's all God. Opening all of that up. So
I think sometimes, and I just had True God on, and we was talking about this, is like, sometimes you gotta go in through the side door or the back door or the window. Everybody want to go direct path and be a rapper and be this and this. You know what I'm saying? But, like, if you get popping and then you're rapping, you get popping for something else and then you're rapping, it becomes a little bit easier to put on artists and just gain the visibility. You know what I mean? And so I think you're totally right with that, man. Bro, I appreciate you being on, man.
No doubt, bro.
I'm hoping to have. I got to pull up to one of these God Over Money shows and get everybody on. Because the cool thing is I got, like, real friendships with everybody. You know what I'm saying? And so I'm beyond inspired by what y'all been doing, man. I think you're a great fit and a necessary fit over there, man.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, man. Make sure y'all following Jered Sanders on all platforms. New album on the way. God Over Money tour is coming. This joint's gonna be crazy. If it's coming to a city near you, you better pull up. You might just see me there. Shout out to Bizzle, Dayton, Say a lot of Corner, the whole squad. Appreciate y'all. Peace.